What's up, man? Yeah, doing some up. It's Darren _ Black. Yeah, I got you. I'll send it to you, man. Alright. Let me check real quick. Let me set this back up. Just gotta look and see what we texted. Exactly. Darn it! I'll send you I went live on on my RF supply page, and not right now. It will be soon, maybe, but not just yet. Let me send you this one. No, I'm saying I might do something in the future on something like that. But as it's possible. I don't know. I gotta get a few things taken care of. I gotta get moved. So it'd be better if we just did the other. Hang on a second. What's up, guys? Y'all just hanging out. I got a phone call and got a little distracted. We're working on some 1/2 inch now. I bumped my little live thing with my elbow, so y'all got to sit there and hang out and look at the ceiling for a minute. But it's all right. I'm looking for another jumper, or excuse me, another piece of heat shrink. So whatever. How y'all doing? Like y'all can talk right back. I'll read whenever y'all come back in. I usually am pre-prepared with everything and have everything ready before y'all see. Well, you can see my messy bench, but whatever. I can't say I've been prepared for a while. I ain't got nothing to say about that. All right, let's go ahead and add some heat to this. Soon, very soon, bench number 5 will be here. Anybody who's participating in the sharing of the main page, as far as the sale post, if you're participating, make sure you share both posts, and make sure you, of course, like the page. That's kind of the rules of it. As long as you follow those rules, you will be entered. I don't really know yet what I'm going to give away. It really just depends on what somebody wants, really. That's the beauty of it. It's going to be better than my sale prices, and if some of you have been looking at my sale prices, I hope y'all have. They're pretty good. So, all right. I mean, I've got some of that stuff that I've got listed for 40% off, if not more. So it's not just a small sale. So y'all are aware. We got stuff 20, 25, 30% off, all kinds of stuff. I did it like a scavenger hunt, so whoever finds the scavenger hunt is the one who's entitled to the first sale at that price, and then as many sales as they want to get at that price. Like I had a couple people found the 1/4 inch, and they wiped out half my 1/4 inch stock just to be able to get the sale. Somebody found my battery post with my new batteries, and I have 3 batteries left. It just really depends on when you find the scavenger hunt on what deal y'all what deal it is. So feel free to check it out, explore, see if y'all can find something. Look through my old posts. It's a fun little thing to do anyway, because you can look through all the different stuff that I've done and sold and things like that too. So I thought it was pretty neat. Hopefully y'all guys find the interest in it. Now, at the same time, you're still looking for your own sale. So for those guys who want the sales and want it immediately, this would not be your thing. It's for the guys that really want to dig and find it. I thought it was fun. I may offer like a general discount as it comes closer to August, because late August I'm gonna be building a new bench, and everything's gonna be pretty much to be shutting down for a little bit. Not late August, but about middle August, really, 2nd week of August. I've got a few orders to take care of in between then, so yeah, I know, right? So what I'm doing here is building a 1/2 inch hardline jumper. This is going, I think, on either a 3000 or a 3000. It's going on a 3000. Anybody who doesn't know what a 3000 is, if you're the wrong person to ask, don't ask. If you're the right person to ask, it's pretty cool. It's this is the jumper I'm building for it. Continuing on about the sale post more, as y'all find it, it's pretty much first come first serve. Whoever finds the scavenger the first is really entitled to buy the entire stock. If the second person comes in line and they want something, it's kind of one of those like things where it's kind of tough luck. If the other person doesn't buy everything, then great. But if they do, then just move on to the next sale. I'm getting low on several of my stocks. 1/2 inch hardline I'm somewhat low on. 1/2 inch flex I'm pretty low on. I'm down to like 100 and something foot. 7/8 I think I got 200 foot left. 1 5/8 I've got a bit left. I haven't released any sales on the 1 5/8 or anything yet, but whoever gets on that main post where the share post is, you are entitled to 1 5/8. So if you decide that you don't want your free item but you want a heavily discounted item, then you can still purchase 1 5/8. So it's part of that. Scavenger sale, you're just gonna have to look around and see what all I've got, and see what you can find to see what all is included on it. Several people have already commented, several people have already purchased and on those posts, so maybe I'll see in the comments whatever I may or may not have left at that point in time. If you do some digging, you'll find something first before anybody else. And who knows, I think we'll I'm not sure how fun it'll make it. It might make it worse for some people who actually been trying and been digging. But I suppose I'll do it. If you find one of my scavenger sale posts and you comment on it, found it, whatever, then I don't know. I'll do something. I'll come up with some sort of little prize for it, because I think it's fun. It's enjoyable for me. So whoever the first is to comment found it, not the second person, but the first one to comment found it on one that's not already been commented on, not ones that have already got statements and stuff on them, but one that hasn't been commented on. If you comment found it, then I'll figure out some sort of prize to give you or some sort of discount. You can actually, there you go. You can just get a smaller discount or a prize for whatever you want. So anybody who wants to get to looking and have some fun, I think it's fun just finding the posts. I don't. Some people might not like it though. So. All right. I am looking for a piece of shrink. All right. So what I'm gonna do on the main ones, just do pink, and then I've got another piece of heat shrink sitting right here in front of me that I've been looking for 10 minutes. That's right here. So, all right, guys. Both these are prepped. This is braid. Anybody who's not familiar, I use 3/4 braid for 1/2-inch hardline. I'll tell y'all the different braids that I use for each size. I know exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for my cutting wheel. Alright, so I gotta find that. So you guys are just gonna have to listen to me blabber about nothing while I'm looking for it. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. What's up, Troy? Waving a hand. There's my cut off disc, but not my cutting wheel. There it is. Found it. Alright. Every once in a while you just gotta shut up and start looking. I know all of you met somebody. That person who's sitting there blabbering, not doing nothing, looking around, fumbling around with their hands, and not getting nothing accomplished. There's always that one person somewhere, and I am guilty on many occasions. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and find it. Alright. If y'all guys got any questions about the post, about the sale, check or just message me or ask on here. I'll try to respond. I mean, I'm just going to be building some straps for some 1/2-inch. They're just going on a mobile, so it's not a long wire or anything like that. I've got a few to build. I'm still waiting on my fun stuff for my 7/8 connectors hadn't come in yet. I've got some other 1/4-inch orders. I've got 2 1/2-inch flex orders sitting back there and ready, and then I've got some more 1/4-inch flex. Do as I say, not as I do. Put your safety glasses on. Do that before you start. Anybody who wants any sort of custom harness or anything like that built, do it sooner rather than later, because I'm not sure how much custom orders I'll be able to complete in the future. It really depends on future availability. I'm of course at the prices that I'm mentioning. At least I can always do a custom order, but I mean, some of these prices that I'm giving are going to be less than what you could ever hope to get the wire for. I don't know how much longer I can keep it up, because I would have been able to keep it up for much longer. I mean, just being up front, I missed out on about 17,000 foot of wire, so I would have been going for a lot longer if I didn't miss out on that, but I did. So it just kind of is what it is. Can't do much about it in the end. I've got other sources, but nothing even close to that kind of quantity, and at the rate that you guys have been picking stuff up, I don't know quite how sustainable it is as far as restock goes. It may be extremely sustainable, but I just want to forewarn you guys that are kind of on the fence about stuff. I'm not sure, to be honest. I have yet to find any more of some of my wire. So again, I'm not heavy on the search for it right now because I've got a few things to take care of before then. But there is a good possibility that some of my stock will be gone for good. So we'll see. So now's the time to buy. Not necessarily for any other reason other than inventory is going to change, and I may have a little bit more limited stock in the future. I'm still planning on probably keeping a couple thousand foot of wire on at a time, but I might not have this in between stuff in the future. We'll see. But plans and actuality are two different things. I may look and finally get back into my digging again and may have everything I need to continue for years to come, but who knows. That's kind of an uncertain future. I've still got, like, it's probably about 1,000 foot on hand of overall of everything, but 1,000 foot of 8 different types of wire and stuff like that, you're only talking about 150 foot a piece on each run. I've got more of some and less of others, so just kind of keep y'all aware. I know several guys are just talking about buying stuff from me later, and I don't want to disappoint them because they decided to wait. So, just letting y'all know. Alright. Evening, waving D-Man. I don't know if anybody else said anything in the meantime, but that's kind of my little PSA or public service announcement for you guys. Just so y'all know, I've had a bunch of people ask me about stuff and think about getting stuff later, things like that. And I just wanted to let those people know that there's not always a later with this stuff. Especially at the rates that I'm doing right now. I'm not sure I'll be able to sustain that in the future. So, but let's enjoy the good times while we got them, right? Alright. Any of you guys are looking for random stuff, like more transmitter style stuff? I do have some carborundum resistors. I've got some sockets. I got some tubes and things like that I'm still getting rid of. Most of my big stuff is gone. No, not really. Not most of my big stuff is gone, but my only big tube that I've got, I've sold a couple of them. They are gone and not available right now. I don't know what else I got. I got some, I guess I could sell them. There's not really, to be honest, it's almost not worth the time and effort, but if somebody's willing just to buy them, then I've got some 250Bs. I think I've got 2 of those, 2 250Bs. I've got the sockets, the chimneys, and all that crap for them too. I've got 2 sockets that are good for the 4CX 5,000, 10,000, and 15,000. Two other sockets of those. I don't remember what else I got. Used batteries. Definitely look at the scavenger sale. If you're anywhere even within 100 miles of me, look at the scavenger sale. Find it, and just, if you had any idea of what they are versus what I'm selling them for, then look at the scavenger sale. So I kind of gave y'all a hint, but whatever. Some people may not have a need for them, but for the ones that do, they will understand truly what it is. Hopefully, at least. If they don't, if they need me to explain, then I will explain. Alright. This is a 1/2 inch flex. If any, half inch hardline. if any of you guys are not aware of what this is, it is, you got flex, which is flexible, like this. This is 1/4 inch flex. It's got quite a bit more flexibility. It can move back and forth. Hardline, I mean, it can move and bend, but it's not really got a whole lot of movement to it, and that's about as small as you want to go with 1/2 inch. It's not bad wire, but it's just, the benefit is it's got a bit more power handling than what regular flex would have, and this fella needed that little bit of extra for his application. Alright, so alright. Back to the vise. I am working, well, rather than, see, there's two different ways I can do this. I'll show you guys what that is. If you look, I cut my shield back only so far and my braid's so wide. So I can either bend this in and try to make a really tight seal on this and then still end up over the edge a little bit, or I can just go ahead and do what I need to do and cut the jacket back a little bit. And that's what I'm going to do, cut the jacket back some. It doesn't have to be a bunch, and also I'm going to be sealing it anyway, so it's not like it's critical how much I cut off of this. So don't, any of you guys ever cut something once and be like, oh, this was a pain to cut, I don't want to cut it again. It's really not hard to make the second cut. It's not very difficult at all. So the first cut on some of these wires is a pain just because you have nothing to start with, nothing to grab, nothing to get a hold of. But once it's started, I mean, it's pretty easy. Or easy-ish, I would say. I wouldn't say it's super easy. You better have a good knife, and you better at least know halfway what you're doing. What's up, guys? If y'all got any other questions, feel free to ask. In case the guys who are in here do not know, I am actually running a sale right now, just because I don't want to have to move all this stuff, and I am moving to another bench. It's going to be a little bit more, it's the only bench that I could possibly have that's going to have enough space for me to work indoors on big wire, like up to 1 5/8. You got to have a fairly large bench to be able to do something like that. It's not, that's why I had an outdoor bench, because you're just not going to do that stuff in a shack or a radio room or something like that. It's not practical. So, I've done it. It's not practical. I've actually done it for a customer. Now, the only reason it worked for that customer is that customer specifically had that wire routed into their shack already, and it was in a place where I could easily work with it. I built the bench around the wire. So, any of you guys who are planning on setting up a bench to put some big wire together, be prepared for some heat, because you're gonna have to go outside. Now, if you got a 40 by 40 shop, or even a 30 by 40 shop, sure, do it. You got enough. Now, I'm talking to those guys who's got their radio room or radio out in the shack, or got something set up in a carport or something like that. You're gonna have a pain in the butt of a time. To do one wire, sure, that's fine. To do multiple, not for me. What's up, Fuji? Waving a hand. Doing good. I'm really looking forward to this new bench, because then I can be a little bit more spoiled with my conditions that I'm working in. I usually wait for dark just because it's cooler. It's nice and warm when you're outside on these 90-degree Georgia days. I'd rather deal with the bugs than I would deal with the daggum heat. I'm sure you guys in Florida know much better than I do about how hot weather can get whenever you're trying to work on stuff. Ugh. Went to Cocoa Beach one time and yeah, getting some stuff done. No, I think it's, make sure I got them. I like to get everybody's handles. Anybody wants to say hello to everybody and wave a hand and tell everybody where you're from, you can feel free to. Get y'all doing a little bit more than just sitting here watch me stuff some heat shrink on a wire. What I'm doing is I'm putting some 3/8 heat shrink or so on some 3/4 wire. So you gotta make it do. I'm missing most of my sizes in between. So close. If y'all got any questions, feel free to ask. Y'all want to say anything on here, feel free to. As long as they ain't, well, keep it PG. My kids watch this stuff. So far, about 3/4 of my new battery stock has been claimed. About 90% of my 1/2-inch flex stock has been sold. I would say probably 80% of my 1/2-inch hardline stock's gone. I still got probably 20% or so of my 7/8 and probably 20% of my 1 5/8. If y'all need to know exact numbers, then just message me and I'll tell y'all what links. I mentioned a little bit about the links earlier. I'm not going to bore y'all with a bunch of numbers, but I'm just going to tell y'all that compared to what I normally keep on hand and normally send out the door, it ain't like a bunch of, whoever buys it first is going to be the one who gets it on this stuff. So y'all feel free to look up and see what y'all can find and get what y'all good. Somebody trying to kill my feed. What I'm doing here is just stripping it back a little bit. I put a little bit too much heat shrink on here, and whenever I did that, I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do. If you guys have not seen me do this already, what the method I'm doing right here is actually wrapping this around the entire shield. Just gives you a better bond than it would be if you was just to make a single point contact. Any of you guys have any questions about that, feel free to reference this video and watch how I do it. I don't mind people copying me. Awesome. Glad it worked out great, Fuji. Appreciate you, man. I'm not really doing much right now. Y'all are kind of getting bored with me just cutting heat shrink, but y'all see the rest of what I'm doing here in just a minute. Alright, so just so you'll have an idea what it's going to look like in the end, like that. That's what it's going to do. So I have to look and see where that first point is, and then I can heat her up. If I heat it up too much, what's going to happen is the solder is going to wick around and not stay where I want it to stay. So keep that in mind if you're doing this yourself. Don't get too aggressive with your heat yet. You can always add heat later. Don't get too aggressive with it now, because it's going to bite you in the butt. when you try to bond this. You gotta watch that, just like welding. You can throw something down on your leg and not mean it at all. Okay, and it will burn the crap out of your leg in just a second. Alright guys, so that's the first one bonded on there. Then from that point I'm going to do another tag point right here and then just wrap it around a little bit to where it's lined up where I want it to be. Alright, I've got to get this in a better position. You guys can watch. I'm going to add the solder first up underneath and then add solder to the top afterward. Stick that under there. I don't see anybody else asking any questions or introducing themselves, so I'm going to keep on blabbering about nothing. Y'all can keep on watching. Y'all seem to have liked it so far, so whatever. You got anything you want me to ramble about, feel free to ask. Alright, and if you put a bit too much heat on some heat shrink, I usually do my heat shrink after I bond. I don't know what method I was thinking of today, but whenever it splits like this, just get another piece of heat shrink and cover the bottom piece up. You don't have to go crazy and replace the whole piece. It's really not required. So all this stuff is going to be under a piece of heat shrink anyway, just so y'all know. Don't do that if you're not going to be covering it up. So I am going to be covering mine up, the entire piece. So here's next. This may be a little longer than what this customer needs, but it gives him the ability to kind of keep my work a little cleaner. When I build. All right, so pretty much like that. That's how it's going to set up. I've been robbing these. As a welder, WP80 does a great job. The big welder 300 watts, pretty cool as far as the big pencil, but I've got a WP120 and the biggest one for this station right here. This right here, this station's about 600 bucks or so. That's a nice soldering iron. Yeah, it really handles most of what I need to do. When I get to 1 5/8, it starts struggling, or if I'm soldering copper bus, it really struggles. It won't do that, but does a pretty dang good job for what I need. All right. I had a few guys that were, one of my customers, he said, I was going to buy you a vise, because he saw my other videos. I don't know if you guys got to see it or not, but if you guys didn't get to see it here, then I did at one point in time absolutely use a car jack for a tie down for something to hold my wire down. So I could understand his thoughts there. I gotta get some batteries, so I'm just showing you all this. Let's just steal this one real quick. I gotta wait on this too. Jeez, how many batteries I got? Good. Got a supercharger for the station, and I got 6 batteries over there, 2 batteries sitting on the side, and 3 batteries over here, and then more in other places. I got a bunch of batteries. But then again, I kind of like having lots of batteries. Another one over here, it's dead. Another one back there, that one's good. And I gotta wait on this to heat up. So y'all will see the next step, which is going to this 7/8 and prepping it. So, alright. There he is. What's up, RV? Waving a hand, man. I know your ears were burning. I was talking about you. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Put your safety glasses on. What's up, Gary? Waving a hand. This next part I do for a reason, in case you guys don't know. You'll see me leave the foam on here. I do it to measure the temperature that I'm getting the entire jacket while I'm working. It is not used as an insulator. It is not maintaining dielectric spacing, and it is not what keeps my setup from arcing. So just so y'all are aware of the things that it is not. Because I will most certainly melt a little bit of it. I just keep it on here as a gauge. Alright, so y'all are kind of just waiting on my little piece to heat up. It is not hot yet, so y'all are watching my next step. I'm doing this until my connectors can come in. I've got some, ta-da, there's my, let's clean this up first. Now, a quick little trick just to protect your stiff. If you're doing grinding on any of this stuff, the copper fragments and little shavings can get all over your insulator, and when it does, you'll have to grind it down and deal with it. Get a brush or get something else, and it's just a pain in the freaking butt to deal with. So always just cover up your foam dielectric, or yeah, if you have a foam dielectric, go ahead and cover it up. That way you don't have to worry about dealing with that crap. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Ooh, this is fun. This is the absolute limit of gauge that I can possibly use on this piece. Lord. That's it. Alright, so again, any of you guys that asked, this is not a crimp. I would call this a press fit. I wouldn't call it a true crimp. A true crimp is going to be multiple tons of pressure on something. So don't get into it and look at it like I'm trying to crimp a wire. I'm not doing that with somebody. Well, yeah, whatever. See, this is where your big 300 plus watt pencils will start to really excel. This pencil right here is a multi-purpose pencil. I can go all the way down to SMT with it, so I can work on surface mount all the way up to as big as I possibly want. All I have to do is change the tip. It has its power limits, and where it starts to struggle is at power levels of this. I have a bigger pencil that I don't have at this bench. I may have that bigger pencil at the new place. I don't remember for sure. I'll have to check. At bench number 5. I'm going to try to consolidate pretty much all my benches together. Bench number 3 is going to stay active for another 10 weeks or so, and I'm going to try to taper off on it. Y'all see it basically on Saturdays and Sundays. Bench number 4 is going to... I done forgot my numbers. Yeah, biggest thing is not necessarily the fact of whether it lights up or catches on fire. It's mainly the fact of it greatly breaks down your dielectric spacing. So any foam dielectric takes heat very poorly. So when you heat up the foam, what happens is it'll pretty much just melt. So you take hot copper shavings, what happens is it just melts right into the foam, and as it melts into the foam, what happens? It stays there. So that means you've got copper little fragments all inside your foam, and that's a big no-no, because that foam's supposed to be free and clear of any and all contaminants, including copper. So you got a wire that's got a dielectric spacing of say ½ inch from the edge of the diameter of one wire to the end of the other. So when you break that spacing down to less than half of what it was before, you got half of the power handling. So just to kind of make you guys aware, that's the big no-nos you can kind of do. Alright, so yeah, this is called a WSP 80. The main thing I like is the actual station that it runs off of. It's a WD1M. It can handle the higher powered pencils and everything I need it to do. I swear if I didn't turn this thing on. No, it's on. We're good. Yes, we got juice. Now I can finish this one up, which y'all have been waiting for. The moment has arrived. You can use any sort of dielectric material you want. The biggest thing, silicone 2 is probably one of my favorites, just because it's got a high percentage of pure silicone in it and has a less likely chance of giving any sort of trouble. So anybody who ever uses something, like especially on your main antenna setup, silicone 2 is what I would use. You can use high strength, but what you really want is more high purity rather than high strength. Don't get too locked up in that stuff. So. Any of you guys ask, this is my spider web annoyance of my life. It is everywhere, yay. It drops all over the place. Sometimes you can tame it, sometimes you can control it, sometimes it just drip, drip, drip. It's very good because it's got pretty good strength to it. That's the main reason I like it more than anything else, because it seems to hold the weight a bit.
Let her adoring fans see her.
Hey, she's sleepy.
Dada.
Yeah, Dada. Yeah, I'm over there too.
Is that Dada?
Dada.
It's Dada.
You'll have to remind me, man. I'm not going to remember just off of one statement. You'll have to send me a message or something. I'll throw it in the back of the Tahoe if I can. I think I will call it a night here now since I've got this piece done. I have still got to, for this 7/8 right here, I've still got to get another connector for it. I'm doing LC on it. LC still on the way. It should be here probably tomorrow, so we'll see. If it is, I will go live on that. If it's not, then I've got plenty of other jumpers and wire to build. If you guys stick around throughout the week, y'all see it. I don't know what day is a good day for the giveaway, so y'all comment on the giveaway thing, what a good day y'all think the giveaway should be. Anybody who hasn't entered, feel free to enter. Anybody who screws up, who's not very computer savvy, I'm going to try to be forgiving with those people and try to make it fair in some way. It's not fair for those guys. I mean, a lot of my customers don't necessarily know super well how to use it, like a lot of the stuff. Somebody says hello to Eleanor. New tech girl. She's in technical support. She will handle all your customer service questions.
Dada.
If y'all have any questions, she says Dada. That is the answer. So.
Dada.
Okay. No, it looks like Mimi's phone, I think. Alright guys, well that's pretty much the gist of this. This is complete right here. This is just a split feed and a DIN connector. So you guys, any questions, feel free. Wednesday or Thursday, you got that, man. And sounds good. Just make sure you remind me and I will throw it in the Tahoe and bring it with me. And then sure as the world, that day I will drive the truck. So that's how it always works. Somebody wants something, and that one day I decide to haul the trash truck. So, alright. Giveaway. Going back to the giveaway. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it this coming Friday. If y'all prefer me to do the giveaway sooner, let me know. I know some people will be more apt to get it. Y'all have any questions? What? Yeah, Gary Campbell said she's so pretty and growing so fast.
How do you see those?
You
They're
can't
so
read.
Small.
Alright, guys. Alright, moving on. Giveaway. Probably this Friday. If y'all want it sooner, then request it on that group. I'll catch y'all guys later. I am going to hit the sack. Got a few other things to take care of, and then I'll get back to work on some more stuff tomorrow.
Can you say goodnight?
Say night.
Say goodnight.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Until
You
bye.
bum kiss? Say mwah.
I think she's focused on her cup right now.
Mwah.
Nope.
What did he say about me? Mwah.
Alright, see y'all. Hound Dog said you're blind.
I am blind.
See you guys. If you want to get on the giveaway, get on the giveaway thing and make sure you read the instructions.
Say Dada
See y'all.
home.
Catch y'all later.